In the days after Eden, Adam and Eve brought two sons into the world. The firstborn was Cain, a tiller of the ground. The second was Abel, a keeper of sheep. Abel was gentle of spirit, and his flocks thrived upon the hills. Cain toiled endlessly, but the earth was stubborn beneath his hands. Though different in nature, they lived side by side for a time. Each day, Cain rose before dawn and broke the soil with his bare hands. The work was punishing, and the harvest was never enough. While Abel's days were filled with quiet contentment, Cain could not help but notice everything came easier to his brother. The animals loved Abel, the rains favored his pastures, and a seed of resentment was planted long before the offerings. The day came when both brought offerings before the Lord. Abel chose the firstborn of his flock, the finest he had. He gave with a full and humble heart. Cain too brought an offering, grain from his fields. The Lord looked with favor upon Abel and his offering, but upon Cain and his offering he did not look with favor. And Cain was filled with anger, and his face fell. Then the voice of the Lord spoke. "Why are you angry, Cain? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door." But Cain did not listen. The warning fell upon deaf ears. He watched his brother, blessed and beloved, and jealousy coiled around his heart like a serpent. Night after night, the bitterness grew, until it became something darker, something he could not contain. And so, one morning, Cain made his decision. He went to his brother and said, "Come walk with me in the field." And Abel, trusting as ever, smiled and followed. They walked together into the open field. Abel spoke of his lambs, of the season ahead, but Cain was not listening. Only one of them would return. They stopped in the middle of the field, and in a moment of blind rage, Cain struck his brother down. Abel fell, and the earth drank the blood of the innocent. In an instant, jealousy had claimed the first life ever taken by man. Cain stood alone in that vast, empty field, the weight of what he had done crashing over him. He looked at his trembling hands and whispered, "What have I done?" And then God spoke. His voice thundered from the heavens, "Cain, where is your brother Abel?" And Cain, defiant even in his guilt, replied, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" But the Lord said, "What have you done? Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are cursed. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth." Cain collapsed, broken. "My punishment is more than I can bear. Whoever finds me will kill me." But the Lord replied, "Not so. If anyone kills Cain, they will suffer vengeance 7 times over." And the Lord placed a mark upon Cain, not as mercy, but as a sentence. He would carry this mark for all his days, a reminder of what jealousy had cost him. Everything. It had cost him everything. And so Cain went out from the presence of the Lord. He walked east of Eden into the land of Nod, never to return. The ground that once sustained him would yield nothing. The brother he destroyed would haunt him forever. He would wander, but never find rest. And so jealousy claimed the first life and taught mankind its most terrible lesson, that the hatred we carry destroys not our enemy, but ourselves. Remember the story of Cain and Abel. Let it remind us to guard our hearts and to love one another, for we are, and always will be, our brother's keeper. Thank you so much for watching. If this story moved you, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, peace be with you.